The Rainbow Ridge Meditation Series, Part 2, The Feminine Line Activation at Sacred Sites in Australia and New Zealand. The Rainbow Ridge Meditation Part 1, the first meditation, which is also available on YouTube, is the first wave, the connecting Uluru to itself, Trinity, the waterfall and the Mala people, and then connecting it to the 6 layers and enhancing the 7 sisters energy. This meditation is meditation 2, connecting the feminine lines at Australia and New Zealand sacred sites. Connecting Uluru to Australia, sacred sites, and New Zealand, sacred sites. Then connecting the two via the Rainbow Ridge, and then connecting the Rainbow Ridge to the World Matrix Grid. Part 3 will be out shortly, and that is the third wave, opening the Golden Gates, Stargates, and portals to the sacred sites around the world, calling in the ancient ancestors, gods and goddesses from all civilizations to help activate the magic box and to help the 3 waves of energy flow and to enhance the energetically to usher in the golden age. The Halls of Amenti Meditation Part 4, the final meditation, Ascension, which I'm currently working on, connecting Uluru to the Halls of Amenti, entering the Hall of Amenti and obtaining the Omega level. Meditation 2, the Feminine Line Activation at Sacred Sites in Australia and New Zealand. Now I'd like you to find a comfortable place to sit, preferably outside in the sun or out in nature. Take off your shoes and get settled and just snuggle into Mother Earth. Taking deep breaths in and exhaling, breathing in positivity and exhaling negativity. Releasing and letting go. Enjoying Gaia's beautiful shining sun that is filtering in through your body, in every cell and every fiber of your being. You are getting warmed by the radiant sun. Feel your heart center radiate a golden glow. You are not hot, you are just comfortable and warm. And you are at ease and at peace with the world. Now empty your mind, anything that may be troubling you. Get rid of the monkey chatter by just letting go and being in a relaxed position, enjoying the sun and enjoying your golden center of your heart. You are now in a deep state of relaxation, calm, and serenity. Feel at your feet the vibration of Mother Earth Gaia. Feel the ripples go through your body. Allow the golden rays of the sun to warm your back and to travel up your back slowly and up through your neck to the top of your head, and then see golden orbs floating above your head and drifting off to the sky. You're releasing every tension, every thought, and you are in a blissed, joyful state of mind. Now I'd like you to picture in your mind's eye your favourite sacred site in Australia. And if you don't know of any sacred sites, the one I have on the screen is called Merlin's Cave, and it's on a beautiful mountain ridge. And it was one of the original caves for the original people. Picture yourself in Merlin's Cave now, which is filled with orbs and filled with energy. Find a comfortable spot there, touching the walls and embracing its energy. And now pull out of your pocket, in your mind's eye, a feminine crystal. The one I use is a terminator with pink and rose quartz, and I call her my feminine line. I hold my crystal in my hand and I let it vibrate out the energy of the feminine line, feminine power, and know that the goddess is rising. Now let's go to another sacred site. This time let's go to Rainbow Serpent Rock Formation. There are plenty of these all around Australia. And again, pull out any spiritual tool that comes into your mind and place it there at Rainbow Serpent. You can use cards or feather wands, rattles, shaman cloaks, original clapping sticks, crystals, symbols or signs. And again, know you're placing the feminine line here to run straight through the middle of Rainbow Serpent in the belly of the snake. Know that it is now vibrating the feminine goddess energy. It is rising up all over Australia and all over the world. Before you leave Rainbow Serpent rock formations, place a beautiful pink or purple flower there and hold it in your hands and feed that flower your feminine energy. It doesn't matter if you're male or female. Everyone has a feminine side. Now let's go to another sacred site. This one is called the Shaman Cave. Take a seat there. Enjoy its energy. And see beautiful purple rays filtering in the back walls of the cave. This is another original sacred site. Ask permission from the spirits to remote view these sacred sites and only ever show respect Do not take anything away from the sites. Now place the feminine energy here. At this sacred site, I've taken the Australian Master Crystal Skull here many times to vibrate the energy and to help enhance the feminine goddess rising energy. Now go to the sacred bushes, the original campsites, your beautiful Bora rings, and place the beautiful golden ray of light or purple rays and enhance it with the feminine goddess rising energy. You may do a crystal grid here or leave some crystals behind to help activate the site. If you don't have crystals, you can use leaves and flowers and rocks. Do your own grid here now. Now let's go to the devil's marbles, the balanced rocks, the sculptured rocks, the carved rocks, and sit near them and absorb their energy. Sending them love, sending them activation light codes. Touch them gently by remote viewing or astral travel there, and touch them gently and with respect and with honor, and place love into your palms, and let that love energy filter out of your palms and into the rocks and the stones. And know that the feminine goddess rising energy has now been placed among them. Now let's go to all the tool making sites and sit there and absorb its energy and get flashbacks in your mind of what the original race did here and how they lived. And then when you are ready, I want you to place a token from yourself there. You may sing a song or do a dance or leave a strand of hair or a kiss, whatever feels comfortable for you. Place it there with unconditional love and with the feminine goddess rising energy. Now I want you to go to their camps or to the humpies or to sacred rainforests and place your energy there now. Find a beautiful flower or leaf or a special rock and place it there, knowing that you're enhancing and activating the feminine line to go through these sacred sites in Australia. Now go to one of the important sacred sites, which is in Gosford, and it's called the Gosford Glyphs or Carryong. And this is the Eye of Horus that is there. Gently place your hand on the Eye of Horus and ascend it, the goddess Isis energy, and call among the goddesses to go to this site and to enhance its songlines, knowledge and wisdom, to activate the female area. See Goddess Isis doing it now. You are rising the sacred feminine. Now to go to all the sacred mountains all around Australia. Some that could be pyramids, others that could be mounds, and others that are just sacred lore to the original people. Fly over the mountaintops now. Place a rainbow over the top of them. Perhaps maybe even a double rainbow. Or use the Australian Master Skull. Aussie is its nickname and Rainbow Serpent is its preferred name. And leave the Rainbow Serpent crystal skull energy there. And the skull is reflecting the sun and sending out rainbows. And go to the Hall of Hieroglyphs. And talk to the old man in the corridor. And ask if you may be there. And ask for permission that females may enter this corridor and feel comfortable and welcomed and invited, and leave your feminine energy there. Allow the energy to scan your heart. Allow the original tribes to feel your presence and to scan your being. Now go to the healing table, the birthing bowl, the mummification table. It has many names. And if you're a male, ask permission for the grandmother elders be here. And if you are female, you may sit or lay down in the healing table, and you may absorb its energy and have a physical, emotional, or spiritual reaction, and breathe through the process, knowing you are protected by the goddesses and the grandmothers on this site. Give the healing table your feminine goddess rising energy. Place a token of love there, whatever it may be. Call upon the female ancestors and the feminine star beings to help activate and enhance this sacred site and to protect it from future developments. Know of its importance and embrace its mystical energy. Now let's send feminine energy to the grandmother trees. This is my favorite grandmother tree. I miss her dearly, and I long to be by her side again. She has a very nurturing, loving presence, full of wisdom, and imparts knowledge and downloads codes for you. Give thanks for her presence here at this sacred site. Enjoy her grandness and give thanks for the shade and the wisdom and the protection of the sacred site. Give her feminine energy. Sit on the floor next to her, or perhaps on one of her branches, permission, and call upon the ancient ancestors of the land and the Palladian beings, original tribes of past, present, and future, and send all of them love, thanks, and send them a part of your heart of gratitude. Now let's go to another section called the Eye of Horus, where one side is the Eye of Horus and the other side is an original tribe member throwing a boomerang, both on the same boulder, which is in a Bora ring. Go place some beautiful flowers there at its base. Place your crystal skulls, Egyptian tokens, selenite swords, whatever you're being called to do. Place these in the center of the Bora ring or around the boulders. Know that every single Bora ring, every single ceremonial ground is being activated now with the feminine goddess rising energy. Call upon the beings there that protect the Bora rings. See what wisdom they would like to share with you. Now on to the next sacred site, which is at a waterfall location on the Sunshine Coast. And it's a beautiful Egyptian head. And this is the council of the Egyptian gods and goddesses. And a portal and a gateway to the Anunnaki realm. Blow kisses, touch your heart, and blow it over to the Egyptian stone person. Ask that all Egyptian gods and goddesses and ancestors of this sacred land to enhance feminine goddess rising energy, and see in your mind's eye the dreaming tracks and song lines vibrating and enhancing and stimulating all the area. See yourself as the goddess. You may be the maiden, the woman, or the crone, and embrace every aspect of yourself in any stage you are. And now on to the next sacred sites, the birthing pools. See the water clean, fresh, purified, and amplified. Now place a crystal into the bottom of the water and hold on to a heart-shaped rose quartz and send its energy rippling through the water. Ask for acceptance, show respect. Also at this site there are turtles, which is a turtle dreaming law, and send the turtles loving energy and thank the turtles for being there for protection and honor their presence. Let's also give thanks to all the ancestors and original women who have come to this site and given birth and have done women's business here. We give them thanks. Now let's go to the sacred spiral, which is on a cliff. And we give it energy and thanks and acceptance for being there and permission to view it. And into the middle of that spiral, let's send unconditional love. Let's place a beautiful flower or a crystal or a token of our appreciation right in the middle. And see the beautiful flower radiating out energy. The smell is divine, and the sacred geometry within the flower is perfection. Now let's go to the women's cave in all locations around Australia and give thanks for the service of the original women, to the grandmothers, to the women, to the young girls, and to the baby girls being born. And we thank the original women for their wisdom and knowledge and for their decision-making skills. We send them love and we embrace their feminine goddess energy. And we ask to share their energy throughout the sacred sites in Australia. We place sacred geometry, orbs, light beams, patterns, symbols, signs, and signals all on these sacred sites in Australia. In each and every sacred site in Australia and New Zealand, we place a hologram of a beautiful pink lotus flower. And when this lotus flower blooms, it sends out fragments of feminine energy to fill the air. And it encompasses all the area with love, gratitude, and total, utter respect for all life forms. Now let's bring that feminine goddess rising energy to all other sacred sites in Australia that we may know of or not know of, ones that may be hidden and not found yet, or ones that are off limits to general public. Let's send them feminine energy. Let's enhance their song lines and dream lines and their ley lines. To all the Stonehenge around Australia, to all the important sacred sites there are, to the birthing trees, settlements, campgrounds, fishing spots, important landscape features. Let's enhance all of their lines with feminine energy, giving thanks for their presence here in Australia and giving thanks to the people that made them and knowing of their importance. We call upon the angels of love, Hanel, to protect and honour and to hover over all these sacred sites. We call upon the feminine ascended masters to bless, honour and activate all the sacred sites in Australia and New Zealand. To sprinkle down the golden rays of light to all the pyramids in Australia, to all the stone statues and stone people, to all the elemental areas, to all the fairy rings, to all the sacred and scarred trees. We also send you feminine energy via the golden stream of golden beams. We call upon the protectors, the spirit protectors, the animal totems, and the ancestors to help us enhance the energy, to prepare it for the 21st of the 12th, 2020. And to give us guidance if there's anything else the ancestors or the star beings would like us to do. Spread out the golden light to every corner, every crevice, every land, every border, every territory, every capital, every state of Australia and New Zealand. And embrace yourself in the golden light so it can filter across the rainbow ridge. To all the lakes and all the waterways, to all the creeks and the ponds, to all the waterholes, waterfalls, birthing pools. We ask that the water amplifies the energy and spreads it across the land. We call upon the central sun to shine down on our beautiful continent and to enhance its energy and to amplify it and to prepare it for the age of Aquarius and for the golden age. to all sacred sites that could be taboo or dangerous or have a bad reputation. We send you also feminine goddess rising energy, and we enhance you with love and with all feminine aspects. We call upon Gaia, Mother Earth, who is a feminine being, to help us with this activation and help us to do the work that we need. We call upon the springtime and the summer for regrowth and for spiritual openings, rejuvenation. We call upon the animals on Mother Earth to help us with the magic box prophecy, to be a part of the energy. And we thank them for them being of service and for being a part of our beautiful world. We call upon the ocean and the tides and the moon to filter in the feminine energy. And we call upon the sacred sites that might be damaged or on military land or that are out of bounds, ones that may have been destroyed. We give you loving energy now to regenerate the energy you once had. And we give you thanks for your service. And we are shameful for the destruction that has occurred on you. And we will actively try to prevent further damage being done to sacred sites. Just like the balance stones, we too have to keep balance. We have to be in partnership with the feminine and the masculine, both in perfect balance with each other, allowing the men to show their feminine side and allow women to show their masculine side without judgment or fear, but as unique beings they are. Let's create a united world where all our individual traits are worshipped and honoured. And let's respect the ancestors before us and undo the wrongs that were done. Let's bring in the nurturing, the loving, the compassionate. Let's bring in the heart center. Let fragments of your feminine energy sprinkle out from your body and your spiritual bodies and flow and sprinkle into the sacred sites here in Australia and New Zealand. Let's sprinkle our divine feminine, our sacred selves. And now to New Zealand's sacred site. There is a landmass, the Rainbow Ridge it is called, that has sunk to the bottom of the ocean and once allowed people, the original race, to walk from Australia over to New Zealand. And we give thanks for that Rainbow Ridge and ask for it to be restored in energetic form or to rise again and be brought back up into its original place. And we give thanks to all the sacred sites of New Zealand. Let's enhance all of New Zealand's sacred sites with feminine, goddess rising energy, placing tokens of love and feminine aspects there. Calling upon the warrior women, the ancestors of New Zealand, calling them back, welcoming them back, loving that they're back to help us activate and enhance the feminine lines. We call upon the sisters and the mothers and the grandmothers, the little girls and the babies, to let their energy flow, their feminine energy flow, creating spirals of love to all the New Zealand sacred sites, rock formations, stone hedges, circle rings of rock, carved rock carvings, rock paintings, sacred mountains, sacred waterways, sacred lakes, to all the divine animal totems there. We send them love. We call upon the ancient ancestors of New Zealand, past, present, and future, to help us activate each and every sacred site there. We call upon the gods and goddesses. We call on the Maori elders. We call upon the redhead, the fairies, and the little people to also help us spread feminine ley lines there. And reconnecting the feminine ley line that's in New Zealand to connect with the one in Australia and creating the Rainbow Ridge again. We call upon wisdom and guidance to know what to place there and what to do and what is our intuitive mission. We are enhancing, activating, restoring every sacred site in New Zealand now. Placing orbs, energetic symbols and signs, any tokens of love, crystals, special rocks or flowers or leaves, any little gifts for spirit, we place there now. We thank all the ancient sites in New Zealand, all the very old sacred sites. We send them love and energy, and we place the feminine line straight through them. And we give thanks to the protector spirit. We call upon the Lady of the Lake to enhance all the waterways, waterfalls, ponds and creeks, and oceans surrounding New Zealand. We now send the golden beam rays down to New Zealand in beautiful spirals and flooding their continent with golden energy. We place the lotus of life, the energetic lotus there to heal, to restore, and to activate all the sacred sites in New Zealand. We call upon the dual accents of ourselves, aspects of ourselves, our light and our shadow, to be joined together and reunited as one, honouring each aspect and knowing that it is our divine self. We call upon Golden Child, the Palladium being from the Council of High, to help us activate the sacred sites in New Zealand. We call upon the Ankh energy, the womb, and we use the Palladium crystals to help activate all the sites. We call upon the Australian crystal skull, rainbow serpent, to shine its energy and its holograms to the sacred sites in New Zealand. And now, when you're ready, know that your mission is complete and you may return to any of these sacred sites that you wish to do further work. You are welcome. And remember, you're an empowered woman or have empowered women aspects of yourself. You are the divine light. You are the temple, the vessel. You are the physical temple of the divine being, of the feminine woman. And slowly coming out of your meditation, wiggling your toes, and slowly opening your eyes. And repeat after me. I honor myself as the divine feminine blends with the divine masculine. I now come into balance. Thank you for joining me in this meditation. And I hope you will return one day to do the third meditation, the Golden Gateways. Thank you for your time and your energy. It is muchly appreciated. In loving presence always, Brenda.